Anoai kako and aloha kakahiaka, aloha awinala, or aloha ahi ahi. This covers the many times of the day that you may be viewing this online. So good morning, good afternoon, or good evening. I'm Lulani Arquette, the president of the Native Arts and Cultures Foundation, and I'm Native Hawaiian on my father's side from the Kamehamoku Waipa line on the Big Island of Hawaii. And my mother's ancestors, the Lytle Geese, migrated from Ireland and Scotland and settled in Pennsylvania and then South Dakota. Welcome to our Shift program webinar. This call is pre-recorded and will also be available on our website for further viewing. So I'd like to acknowledge and honor my original homelands in the Hawaiian Islands, the place where Wakea and Papa, Sky Father and Mother Earth came together to birth our islands, and the Kanaka Maoli, the Native Hawaiian people. The land on which we now live, the NACF staff and I reside on, is in Portland, Oregon, and Vancouver, Washington. And this entire area of the confluence of the Columbia and Willamette rivers is the traditional homeland and fishing and gathering lands of tribes throughout this region, and some of which you see listed here on this slide. Indigenous peoples have honored, protected, and stewarded these resources for thousands of years and continue to do so today. We honor these tribes, their ancestors, elders, and homelands. And you know, in the past 10 years, we have found that Native artists and organizations in urban communities and tribal communities and rural reservations are doing profound work to strengthen Native communities, change misconceptions about Indigenous peoples and Native arts, and ensure the continuity of our valuable cultures. This is our new mission statement that you see here. I'll let you read that. We believe that there is an urgent need to advance artists working with communities and multi-sector partners to contribute to Native truth and uplift Indigenous voices that activate social, environmental, and economic justice. Native artists, Indigenous communities, and tribal nations have vast knowledge to share. Our contemporary culture, language, and arts, as it's lived and practiced today, is a demonstration of decolonization and Indigenous resilience through what has been a difficult history. And we have also gained strength and resolve through our histories and cultures that have helped us work together with all peoples in this country and endear them to our values and contributions. At this time, NACF is ready to shift and intensify our focus into a new future and be of service in ways that we hope will be helpful and valuable to the arts and cultures field and our broad stakeholders. We are grateful for all that you do in these challenging times, all that you endure, and your creative spirit. So, mahalo nui, and I'm going to pass the baton to Ruben, who's going to talk to you about the SHIFT program.
Thank you, Lulani, and greetings, everybody. My name is Ruben Proqueni, and I'm the Director of Transformative Change Programs here at the Foundation. I'm going to share a bit with you today about our new program, SHIFT, Transformative Change in Indigenous Arts. But before we do that, I'd like to share a little with you about the history of the Foundation and how we arrived at this moment. NACF launched its programs in 2010, and over the course of the next 10 years, our work featured a number of programs, including the Artist Fellowships and the Community Inspiration Program, both of which served as a platform for SHIFT. After our 10th year, we moved into a period of reflection and planning. And during that time, we conducted a little research amongst the arts and cultural community to set the course for the next phase of NACF's journey. Revealed during our research were several things. One is that artists and organizations were addressing issues of serious concern in their communities. Two, that there were key issues of utmost importance for them. So for example, 3/4 of those surveyed indicated that the most serious concern in their communities was for the protection of the environment and for our homelands. And likewise, 3/4 of those surveyed that indicated that the protection and continuity of our respective cultures is a priority for them. So using research like this and our experiences with programs and services, we developed a fresh frame for our efforts, which resulted in one of the key focus areas for our new strategic plan. To catalyze Native peoples, artists, and culture bearers to influence positive social, cultural, and environmental change. So from this new focus area, we developed this new program, SHIFT, Transformative Change in Indigenous Arts. SHIFT refocuses NACF's programmatic efforts to embolden Native voices, allowing for artists and partner organizations to consider more expansive projects that benefit Native communities while driving critical conversation on national and global issues. In short, our hope is that with support from this program, artists can work with their respective communities to make things happen, to drive change, and to turn the dial in some way. So SHIFT is essentially a slate of services. So for example, as part of the program, award recipients will participate in professional development training that's designed for established career artists who are navigating national and international landscapes, doing cross-sector work, seriously engaging their communities and their practice, and who are considering their work as part of movement building. As another example, as part of the program, the recipients will participate in a convening of the awardees to share their practices, to build relationships, and to think about how to best carry out their projects. Support will also be provided for culturally appropriate evaluation, and will also provide support for documentation, communications, and marketing. We'd like to express too that at any point during the project, NACF can serve as an advisor, act as a co-planner or co-facilitator to realize the development and presentation of the work. And of course, there will be financial support. The awards are for $100,000, which will be spread over the course of 2 years, with at least $50,000 of that award set aside for compensation for the artist. So what kinds of projects are eligible? Well, the most important thing, and I can't emphasize this more, is that the projects must address social, environmental, and economic justice issues through a Native lens. The projects must engage the community in the work and include public presentation. And there's a number of disciplines that we will be considering for the program. Most importantly, you should go to the website to look at all of the criteria, eligibility, and a more in-depth look at the processes. You'll find everything is much more fully developed there. So who can apply? Well, of course, artists and culture bearers are eligible to apply. We'll also be considering letters of interest from artist collectives. Organizations can apply of all types, but most important is that artists must partner with an organization, or likewise, organizations must partner with an artist. So how does the process work? Well, the first thing that you'll have to do is submit your letter of interest on an online platform that is hosted by Native Arts and Cultures Foundation. After we receive all of the letters of interest, we'll review them for eligibility and for completeness. The proposals will then go to a peer panel made up of artists and other arts professionals in the field and be reviewed in greater detail. And up to 10 projects will be selected to receive support. So to provide more context, we're using this online platform. I'm going to go ahead and pass it to our program associate, Laura Kales, and she'll be able to walk you through that. So it's all yours, Laura. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Laura Kales. I'm the program coordinator here at NACF. My pronouns are she, her, hers. I'm a citizen of the Chickasaw Nation and I'm currently residing in Portland, Oregon. I'm going to walk you through how to submit a letter of interest form for NACF's SHIFT program. Your first step is to go to the NACF website and review all of the information that we have there about the SHIFT program. On our eligibility and criteria page, you can find detailed information, including our programming services, eligibility, criteria, a timeline, list of frequently asked questions, and an overview of the letter of interest form. Note underneath the program eligibility that a lead artist applicant and a lead partner co-applicant are required to submit one letter of interest form together. We're defining the lead artist here as an individual artist who is managing the project in collaboration with a lead partner organization. And if you're an arts collective and you'd like to apply, then please select a lead artist from your group to act as the primary contact, as well as to provide materials for the LOI, such as a resume and Native heritage documentation. All of the materials that you need to provide in the letter of interest form are listed here on this page. We're defining a lead art organization as the primary organizational partner for the project. Once you've read through all of the information on this page, you can click the download this page as a PDF button so that you can save this information as a PDF on your computer or print it out and reference it as you're working on the letter of interest form. To access the letter of interest form, click the Submit a Letter of Interest button. From there, you'll be taken to the submittable website. Log in with your existing submittable credentials if you have them, or you can create a new submittable account. Accounts are free and very easy to sign up for. Make sure that you save your login information, as you can save your LOI form and come back to it as many times as you like before the application deadline on March 16th. Once you've logged into the submittable site, the LOI form will open up with the eligibility section. Here, the lead artist and lead partner organization will answer a list of simple questions to determine their eligibility for the SHIFT program. Assuming that you are eligible, the form will then open up to the remainder of the application, beginning with the lead artist and partner organization's contact information. In the next section, applicants will be asked to provide a title, a brief overview, and a detailed description of their proposed project. Here you will describe your project's intent and scope, the issues addressed, its intended communities, the artists and collaborators, and anticipated timeline. A full list of the questions that you will answer are listed here on the submittable site. You can type directly into the text boxes here or cut and paste text from another document. But please note that any special characters or formatting may be lost, so double check your work after you copy and paste and pay attention to your word limits here. You can click and drag the bottom right corner of each of the text boxes to expand your view. In the next section, you'll complete a simple budget form showing how you plan to allocate the $100,000 award funds to your project. Note that at least $50,000 of your $100,000 award must go directly to your lead artist or arts collective, with the remainder of the funds for the project partners. If you anticipate your project budget being over $100,000, please demonstrate other income that you have for the project, such as other grants or in-kind contributions. In the next section, you'll be asked to provide work samples and supporting materials. The lead artist of the arts collective will be asked to upload 7 to 10 work samples that demonstrate the quality of their work. We encourage that you include samples that are more closely related to your proposed project, and that those samples come from the last 10 years of your art practice. Please submit high quality or high resolution samples of your work if you have them. And for performing artists, please try to stay away from promotional videos and focus on the artist's work. And when possible with the stage production, standstill one-shots are preferred. If you have video and audio files, please ensure that those are no longer than 10 minutes combined for review, and provide any passwords in the starting queue where necessary. To upload your files, simply click Choose Files and select a file from your computer. Note the file types here and enter any descriptive information for each of your work samples. Next, you may enter the lead artist or the arts collective website if you have that available. Note that this is optional and it does not strengthen or impact your application in any way. The lead artist will then upload their resume or CV and documentation of their native citizenship or ancestry. The partner organization is asked to provide their tax ID or employer identification number here, and then upload their most current audit or financial statements. In the last section, both the lead artist and the partner organization will each upload a letter of commitment describing their commitment to collaborate with each other on their project. Once you've completed all sections of the form, go back and double check your work, ensuring that you answered all the required questions and that you provided information and descriptions that best describe your proposed project. When you're ready, click Submit. Ensure that you give yourself plenty of time to complete the letter of interest form and submit it before the deadline if possible, in case you run into any technical issues or errors and need support. Also, we understand that there may be different challenges that applicants have in using an online platform or in accessing the internet. When appropriate, we are open to video submissions or alternative forms of submitting your proposal. If you have any questions about the program content or your project proposal, you can contact Ruben. And if you have any questions about the online application, you can email me or click the technical help button on the submittable website. So thanks so much for your time today, and best of luck with your submission.
Thank you, Laura. That was very informative. I want to remind everybody about the deadline. Please mark your calendars for March 16th, 2021. We'll be closing the platform at 5 o'clock Pacific time. Want to remind you too about the contact information. If you have any questions regarding eligibility, the process, or any of the content of your letter of inquiry, please contact me. My email is listed there, or you can go to the website to find it. And if you have any questions about the online platform, please contact Laura. Her email is listed there and is also on the website. So with that, on behalf of the NACF team and myself, thank you for tuning in to this webinar. We hope that it was helpful for you. And again, please feel free to reach out with any questions you might have.